mercy, child. This the last one for right now, girl. Thank God. Chasing LA. This is the season 1, episode 9, reunion part 1. We got about to get right into it. First and foremost, shout out to Mr. Ray for being the host. I feel like they picked the right person. No, Imani was supposed to do it. She's not doing it. We all know why. I'm not going down that hole. I ain't got nothing to say about that. But they picked the right person. He agreed to do it. And Mr. Ray looked good. Shout out to Mr. Ray. He looked real good. He did a great job as a host. So I was all down for that. Everybody came giving what they normally would give. But Fran, Hershey, Jeremy, and Fly King Guy, honey, for me, they gave. All right, they gave, child. They gave, especially Fly King Guy. Y'all know she always gonna show up in her antique realness, honey. Okay, she is giving the girls antique realness, and I live for it. So shout out to all of them. King Payne's face was everything, bitch. And then when Jeremy made his face, these two faces had to be my backdrop. Because these were the two faces that I was making consistently throughout majority of this damn thing. So Andre felt like he didn't overreact the first time they all met each other down to, I'm assuming that was Hamburger Mary's. He felt like everyone there was looking for the shade, so he was basically ready for it. And King Payne really doesn't say much about the situation. No, listen. That's only when you chill around a bunch of punks. Because when I go chill around everybody else, I don't come into it already expecting shade. Or when I'm meeting other people, I don't go meeting them already expecting there to be shade. Nah, it's only when you a bunch of catty ass punks where you could possibly run into somebody that's just gonna give unsolicited shade out of nowhere. Just call it what it is, Andre. I'm just saying, you overreacted. You did. A lot of y'all overreacted. It wasn't just you, but you were one of the many that overreacted. You did. You did. All of the animations and all of that. Too much. So Jayla feels like Andre and Fran was playing it up for the camera. I can't say that about Fran because we didn't get to see Fran. So I can't say that about Fran. I don't know much about Fran. So that damn sure doesn't go with Fran. Now, I do get that when it comes to Andre. I definitely get that when it comes to Andre. I do feel like off camera, Andre is a very sweet, level-headed individual. I do. I don't believe Andre is a bad person. No. I believe Andre came up here with the objective to be the it bitch, the loud bitch, the bitch that got to be in charge. You know, whenever she talks, everybody got to listen. That's the part that he wanted to come in for. And I'm sorry, Andre. As loud as you are and stuff like that, nah, you can't get away with that with grown adults. You could get away with that with cheering, but you can't get away with that with grown adults. See, you thought you was dealing with Sharon. And a lot of the shit that y'all had going on was childish like it was juvenile. But at the end of the day, you dealing with grown, rusty-ass adults that put their clothes on the same way you do and pay their bills the same way you do and chasing whatever it is that they're chasing the same way you do. Moving on. So Alicia went to New York to clear her head. Andre feels like if she's not with them, then she's not a part of this group. King Payne says, and who are you supposed to be? Because I'm the HBIC. Yes, God, Miss King Payne. Listen, King Payne is a vibe. He has been a vibe since he been up on this thing. Shout out to King Payne. Shout out to his... we gonna get to it in a minute. King Payne, I ain't done shouting you out yet, girl. I'm going to get to it when I get there. So King Payne says that his issue was that he came in feeling like he runs shit, and he doesn't. And I had to agree with him. You came in feeling like if you came in on the Nene Leak tip, which is if I'm loud, if I overtalk, if I cuss, if I do this and that, it's going to make me the it bitch and everybody's going to fall to me. But like I said, that works with children and juveniles. That doesn't work with adults because not everybody is scratching and clawing at the door to be your damn friend, Andre. You can't go through life thinking that way. You can't. You can't go through life sitting here thinking that your friendship is so genuine and everybody has to clamor to be your friend. Nah. Can't go through life like that, sir. Sorry. So Fran blames COVID and alcohol and wants to apologize to Alicia face to face. I'm not blaming this on COVID, but I do blame it on alcohol. I've noticed that on a lot of scenes, y'all did a whole lot of drinking, but not a lot of eating. It be some food there from scene to scene. It do be some food there, but we don't never really catch y'all. Every now and again, we'll see like Hershey with a plate in her hand or whatever, because she know how to drink responsibly and stuff like that. But you know, majority of y'all come there already pre-gamed. So you came there already lit, plus you getting lit when you get there, and then it's extrally gonna get doubled because people are gonna start being upset. And what do people do when they get upset and alcohol is around? Girl, fix me a drink. Girl, pour me a shot before I really get mad. Like, whatever. So then Fran, everybody talks about misgendering, and Fran tells Alicia that they slept with the same man, so he's not jealous. Excuse me, they're not jealous. Fran, I like you. I don't think you're a bad person, but you are very ill-informed when it comes to stuff like that. So I think intelligent conversations like that, you should shy away from it. This ain't me reading you, sis. Because I like you. I do. Despite the fact of what El Teddy, I don't care what El Teddy got to say about your friend. You all right with me. Just the things that you do, it does kind of rub me the wrong way a little bit, like about the whole non-binary thing. If that's what you want to be, that's fine. But like, I had to agree with Alicia. If you're telling people what you see is what you get, but every time we see you, you give femme, you give power bottom, you give, you know what I'm saying? I mean I mean like look at what you came in, and I went up for it. But like, that's what I be talking about. Like, it's like, I don't know. Maybe that is why you want to go by they or them. I mean, but it would seem to me when you a girl, you would just go by she. And when you want to do it, if you want to give trade realness, that'll be the day everybody call you he. Like, I think that will probably cut down on some of the food. I don't know, child. All I know is I'm with Mr. Ray. Me and Mr. Ray came up in the same era. And it's like I said, when we came up, you was gay, straight, bisexual. Or you was a transgender. It won't all of this non-binary and he, she, they, them, it, where, when, how, why, for what. You know, it won't none of this shit when me and Mr. Ray came up. So I totally understood where he was coming from with that. Like, it's too much. King Payne styling commercial was everything. It was ghetto-fied as hell, but that's what I loved the most about it. It was real. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't no, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I love commercials like that. It gave. I had to rewind that commercial about 4 or 5 times. Girl, I was up in here and died. Shout out to King Payne and shout out to his style king. Yes, God. Definitely go hit up my boy on official King Payne on Instagram, girl. Tell him I sent you. He'll treat you right. Go and check out his stuff, girl. He gonna get your do dead. He gonna get your do dead. So go around there and see him out. So Fly King guy coming to the group. And early 1900 colonial realness, child. So Fly King guy says that he never let what Andre said to him get to him. And you know, him throwing shade came up. Listen, y'all know I'm the king of that. I don't never really say a person's name, but I would say somebody else's name in place of that. You know, so I totally get what Flag King guy is coming from. It's called improvising. And that's in improv, whatever the hell you want to call it. It requires a lot of that to do what I'm doing now. So to make a situation a lot more funnier or lighthearted, you would name somebody else, but y'all know what it is that I'm referring to. Much like how the people that he named, when he was talking about some of the people, like when he brought up Jasmine Masters, when he said Hershey. I ain't take no offense to that because I love Jasmine Masters. I ain't take no offenses to that because I knew what he was doing there. That's something that I would have said, and Hershey wouldn't have took no offense to it. You know what I'm saying? So I get where Fly King guy was coming from in that, but the way that the cameras were set up, child, I was one of the people that was like, you got a lot to say. You know, you throwing a lot of shade, but once you explained it, I'm guilty of that. I do that. I know what you're talking about. So thank you for explaining it, because the way the cameras were set up, girl. Anyway, D Hawkins' messiness comes up, and then a video got brought up where D Hawkins had his friend recorded a video where they was talking about them, and all of this was brought up about what he said about the people, and he brought it up verbatim about what he heard and what he said, and he took ownership of it. And you know what I'm saying? You know, but Fly King Guy agrees with the rest of the cast, and D Hawkins, so do I. That's some low down, dirty ass shit for you to be sitting up here creating this illusion. And then there's a video out there that's being like, I get where people were coming from. And I mean, you know what? I like Fly King Guy, because at the end of the day, Fly King Guy is a lot like me. It's like, I mean, you still my girl, I rock with you, but damn, bitch, really? Me and you gonna have to have a, we gonna talk behind scenes, but we cool. But we gonna talk behind scenes. Like, that's the vibe that Fly King Guy was giving me, and I was living for it. I was living for it. He couldn't do nothing but agree with the rest of the group. Like, that was some secret service, low down, dirty ass shit. Like, I can't be around no bitches that's sitting around here recording shit and then carrying it back to other castmates, and then it was done in a messy way. Like, you messy. D Hawkins, you messy, and you's a woman of a certain age, bitch, because I'm 33 and I know you older than me. Quiet as it's kept, you older than everybody else up there on that damn cast. Allegedly. So you need to be the main one up there having some damn sense about yourself. Anyway, so then D Hawkins and Jeremy's situation came up. So then D Hawkins dances around the conversation, and King Payne tells D Hawkins to own his shit. And he's absolutely right. Like, D Hawkins, every time things were brought up that you've done, you did nothing but go around the mulberry bush. Instead of just saying what it is, instead of saying, yeah, bitch, that's what I did, that's how I felt at the time. I can respect a person better just by saying that versus trying to play on a bitch intelligence, because that's what you was doing. That's what you did. And that's why a lot of people had an issue with you. Because you messy, but you don't stand in your messiness. Y'all, it was giving me a headache. We're going to continue the whole Jeremy and D Hawkins situation. D Hawkins, you not looking good in this. You really not. You really not. You're not. You're not looking good in any of this. You looking like the typical, stereotypical, messy ass gay queen. You do. But you know how to mask it well. Like, y'all, before I say too much and before I give D Hawkins too much, I hope I didn't. I'm really not trying to, but I'm gone. Bye.
What you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in the business.